Israeli airstrikes over Syria's skies, over 200 such attacks in recent years, aimed at blocking Iranian entrenchment on Israel's northern border. In most cases, Israel has kept quiet about these strikes. Now, this policy seems to be changing.
The
Air Force struck Iranian warehouses containing Iranian weapons at Damascus International Airport. The accumulation of recent attacks proves we're determined, more than ever, to take action against Iran in Syria.
Should Israel maintain its policy of ambiguity or maybe assume responsibility to increase deterrence among its enemies? The answer depends on who you ask.
I think that it is a mistake to speak in such a clear and loud voice. As long as you do not admit, it gives the other side the freedom to make his own interpretation and his own decisions.
In what is perhaps another change of strategy, Iran was quick to retaliate for the strike last week, launching a rocket towards the Israeli ski resort at Mount Hermon. Former Major General Island thinks it is far from surprising.
Whenever you take responsibility, you in a way force them to make their own announcement, and the more blunt and aggressive their announcements, the more they are committed to do something in the end of the day.
While various current and former members of the security establishment oppose the new policy, others argue it is time for Israel to stand behind its actions.
The Iranians are very unambiguous in their behavior towards us, and we should not be ambiguous towards them, towards the world.
And maybe it is all about politics. Are the looming Israeli elections related to Netanyahu's decision to change his policy? Russia's ambassador to Israel, speaking in an exclusive interview to I-24 News, certainly believes so.
But now, after each strike, each move, there is a statement at the very, very high level. And in our mind, it's very much connected with the election campaign here in this country.
Netanyahu's supporters strongly reject this accusation, as well as the idea that the change in policy is somehow connected to the corruption charges against him.
He will not do things just for the elections. It's an absurd thought, and he has never done that before. The former chief of staff was the first one who spoke about it, so let's stop playing pretend.
Politics or not, one thing is clear. The rules of the game between Israel and Iran have changed, and it's a change that may lead the CBW, or campaign between the wars, into a full-on conflict. Jonathan Regev, I-24 News.